Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the other side of the corner and welcome to your latest Chelsea transfer news, Chelsea news, all that jazz. Wow, what a game that we just witnessed. Look, I got to be honest, I was just watching bits and pieces here and there, but catching the live stream as I was waking up, then having a shower. It was inevitable, wasn't it? Liverpool eventually winning 3-2 Rio, one of our academy graduates who's gone to Liverpool, and I've seen bits and pieces of Rio last season, especially in the FA Cup, I believe, when they played Plymouth. He looked like the serious deal, and he's now produced a winner. And Mohamed Salah with the assist as well. Newcastle in the mud. Newcastle is where we want to start things off because Newcastle are linked with Nicholas Jackson, but there's also other clubs that are linked with Nicholas Jackson. So let's kick things off from here. Breaking: Bayern Munich and Nicholas Jackson have agreed personal terms coming from Christian Falk. So there's got to be some truth behind that. And look, ultimately, we do know there's a lot of clubs that are in line for Nicholas Jackson. So this isn't too far-fetched. The only thing that I'm worried about is Nicholas Jackson. You go into Bayern Munich, you're not going to be an important player. Harry Kane is going to be the important player. This is what I don't understand. And I still feel Nicholas Jackson's first choice is Newcastle. I still don't understand. Newcastle, you're struggling. You are struggling. I don't know why you're not getting in there and getting Nicholas Jackson, because it's mad for me. Yeah, you don't value Nicholas Jackson to the amount that we value, and I'm going to show you what we value Nicholas Jackson at. But you were going out there willy-nilly throwing money for all of these strikers that you couldn't land. You might as well throw that money to Nicholas Jackson, and he's actually going to do a job for you. So look, this, even though personal terms have been agreed, Bayern want a loan deal talking to Chelsea. Look, I'm done with these loan deals, unless if the loan, and that will be the final loan deal, because I think we only have one more international loan deal available, which means every other player, we're going to talk about Tyreek George, is probably going to have to be a permanent sale. I don't want a loan deal for Nicholas Jackson. I really don't, no matter how much the loan fee is. I don't understand these German clubs and their loan situations. Why are you being cheap? Absolute cheapskates. Go out there and buy. This is what I'm not really sure this is going to happen. I'm still putting my money on Newcastle to really wake up and start contemplating this, because look, that for me makes the most sense. Nicholas Jackson going to Bayern Munich, I think he's just wasting his time. He's just going to be found out once again the way he was being, found out here at Chelsea Football Club, where, there's a limitation with Nicholas Jackson until João Pedro and Liam Delap has come through. I feel like with Newcastle, there's not any real competition. You can actually thrive, and there are other players that will help you develop as well. I don't know, man. That's just the way I feel. In Bayern Munich, you're just going to be another number. You're not going to go anywhere. Newcastle understood to be still eyeing up Nicholas Jackson, who could leave on a permanent or loan with obligation. Look, that would be nice if it's a loan with obligation to Newcastle. That's a domestic loan. So a domestic loan is fine. International loans, there's only a few more. I think there's only one more spot left. So this, I don't mind, as long as Newcastle pay up maybe a good, handsome amount of 10 million loan fee, and then an obligation to buy for about 50, maybe 60 million. Who knows? Newcastle, time to pull your finger out of your ass and get this deal done. I'm being honest. To all of these Newcastle fans, you need to put all sorts of posts, tag your club Newcastle, so your club starts seeing it. Because no one is going to Newcastle right now. No one. Everyone is rejecting Newcastle. I don't see any Wissa at Newcastle. I think last one that I saw was the Wolves. Wolves have rejected a bid for Stan Larsen. You got no one. So time to collect Nicholas Jackson. So I still feel Nicholas Jackson wants Newcastle, and Newcastle, you need to stop worrying about this 40 million valuation and this, that, the other. You're going to have to pay overs then. Time's running out. Time is running out. It is understood Chelsea still want around 80 million for Jackson and 40 million for Nkunku. I love it. Why not? Look, I know we're saying 80 million. That's how you start the negotiation. But ultimately, I think a 70 million offer will be acceptable, I think, for Nicholas Jackson. If you can get 10 million in loan fee and 60 million in obligation, why not? And Nkunku should be worth about 40 million. He really should be. He's still a good player. Just didn't work out at Chelsea Football Club. It doesn't mean that he's a bad player, especially some of these Bundesliga teams. You just know Nkunku is going to shine. And not just even that, even some of the Premier League teams should be looking at Nkunku. So I don't mind this. Once again, with Nkunku, yeah, we've said 40 million, but I'm pretty sure 30 to 35 million a deal can be done. Probably about 35 million. That's inclusive of add-ons. So maybe 30 million, including add-ons, 35 million. I think a job can be done for Nkunku. Both have been training with the first team and not the bomb squad in case they get reintegrated. Wow, if they get reintegrated, forget about Xavi Simons. I think Garnacho will happen. I'm worried. I'm starting to get worried as we're nearing closer and closer till the end of the window, and there's still no Xavi Simons. I'm seriously starting to worry that if they do get integrated, it's over. But Garnacho will happen. Garnacho will happen. By hook or crook, it will happen. Next up, ladies and gentlemen, Axel Disasi, another player. Some of these players, the fact that you haven't been able to find a move yet shows that you've got zero demand. Honestly, it shows you've got zero demand in the market. But people are not interested. Now you just got scraps, bits and pieces coming after you. Axel Disasi to Bournemouth is expected to be a loan deal once again. Yeah, obviously this is a domestic loan, no problems. But Axel Disasi, why are you finding it difficult to find a permanent move? Why is it so difficult? Bournemouth are in advanced talks to sign Axel Disasi. I think the one that I'm really excited about is this one. Sunderland are ready to send a bid to Chelsea for Disasi, coming from Fabrice Hawkins, French journalist who knows a lot about the French players. So I actually trust this. I would love to see Sunderland just buy outright. Just get your man. He might actually do well at Sunderland. You know, Sunderland are not going to go toe-to-toe with most teams. They're going to try and sit back, you know, soak up the pressure. Disasi is perfect for that. Disasi is not the kind of defender you want in a high line. You want to try and pin the opposition, and Disasi is in a high line. No, he's bad at that. Low block, defend, he can do a job. I've seen him do a job for Chelsea against Manchester City. But in a high line, no. So I think for Sunderland that might be good. Bournemouth like to play a little bit of football, and I'm not really sure how much Disasi will be, good for that. But I like the whole Sunderland situation. Next up, ladies and gentlemen, Chelsea want a heavy sell-on clause for Tariq George if he leaves permanently. Now, if Nicholas Jackson ends up going to Bayern Munich on a loan, that means there is no more international spots left anymore. We've used that up. I'd rather give that international spot to Tariq George, let him go on a loan to Roma. I think that'll be a fantastic move. Brilliant for his development. Gets to learn from Gasperini over there. But if he does leave on a permanent, that'll be sad. It'll be pure profit, no problems. But hopefully there is a sell-on clause and even a buyback clause if need be. Because I feel like there is a very good player there with Tariq George. It's sad that we just don't have the space. I would have, honestly speaking, I would not have gone for Garnacho, and I would have just let Tariq George and Gittins compete, because Garnacho is not any much better than Tariq George. If anything, I think Tariq George is better. I know I'm going to get smashed in the comment section, but you know what? Eat a fat one. I don't really care. I think Tariq George is far better idea, far more worthy to get an opportunity with Chelsea Football Club than Garnacho. But it is what it is. Garnacho is going to be a Chelsea player. It is what it is. Next up, ladies and gentlemen, Chelsea are waiting to find out the extent of Cole Palmer's growing problem, but there is optimism that midfielder Romeo Lavia will be fit for selection after the international break. Whatever happens after the international break, we'll look at it later. But the fact is, Romeo Lavia, once again this season, is already missed so many matches, didn't have a preseason, already missed the first two, will miss the Fulham one. And then we're looking at after the international break, we'll see how long he lasts. Romeo Lavia, look, I'm not having a go at him. It's just his career is just dwindling. His career is dwindling. He's young. Can he get it right? I don't know. It's not his fault. It's his body that just can't keep up. With Cole Palmer, I'm hearing a lot of people are saying, there's some murmurs around there, is that it could be 4 to 6 weeks because you do need it to rest it. It is a growing injury. It's not like, once you start feeling that there is an issue, it doesn't just go away. It needs rest. I don't want to risk him against Fulham. Then you've got the international break. Rest then as well. And then we'll assess what happens after the international break. But we haven't had any full-on report as yet for Cole Palmer as to how long he might be away. But there are people that are saying it could be around 4 to 6 weeks, because these sort of things take a little bit of time to get rid of. And they really shouldn't be rushed back in, because you then can get a long-term injury. And before you know it, there goes your season, and you're now having to scamper around. Ladies and gentlemen, let me know your thoughts about everything we spoke about, especially in regards to Nicholas Jackson. Do you feel Newcastle? Come on, man. Come on. Do your business. You're struggling. Get your striker and let's move on. Let me know your thoughts in the comment section. Hope you guys have enjoyed this. Smash up the like button if you're here for the first time. Subscribe. Hit the bell notification to stay in touch with all my content. Until next time, take care. See ya. Bye.